was, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saeed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzal. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saeed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here.
gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We do thank you for joining us, viewers. Remember, we are live on Synergy Network from 7 to 8 p.m. Monday to Friday, with our rerun the next day from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Remember that, viewers. We are also on social media platform, Facebook and YouTube. We are on Facebook, viewers, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like and share our page, viewers. We encourage this every night, viewers. For when you're here, you had to work late and you're not by a television set, the closest thing to you is your phone, your Facebook account. So type in Real Talk with Saieed Ali on your Facebook, like it, share it, so when we go live, you will be able to get it on your job site or when traveling. Also on YouTube, it's TT Real Talk. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you will also know when we go live. So just a reminder, viewers, Real Talk, be a member of Real Talk Credit Union. Open a shares account, buy shares with the credit union, open a savings account. Remember, when you want to have a better tomorrow, you need to start saving today. When you want to pick fruit from a tree, what do? You plant a seed today, so the future to come, you will be able to pick fruit from that tree. Also, viewers, fixed deposit. Open a fixed deposit today, Real Talk investment, and earn up to 4%. Now, while you are earning this 4%, you are getting your interest payment up front. The only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago is doing that is a Real Talk. So, call our office numbers, viewers. Our office open from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Sugarwaners, 132 Sipera Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando. Also, be a member. Be a member. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk. Just now we're going to be leading the #1 fixed deposit center in Trinidad and Tobago would be Real Talk Finance. So viewers, remember, you're getting your interest payment up front. Is there any catch to it? No, there's no catch there. There is none. You have your money put down in the bank, you're not getting no interest rate, 1%, 2%. No, we could do better than that. We could do better than that. So break your fixed deposit from your other financial institution, bring it to Real Talk Investment, 4%, and you're getting your interest payment up front. The good thing about it, your interest payment is being paid up front. So you could go for a vacation. You're taking 5 years to plan for a vacation. When you collect your interest payment on other financial institution on a fixed deposit, let me tell you something. With us, from the time you open a fixed deposit, your check is cleared, your transfer is successful, whatever. When you get your interest payment, you could go for a vacation, make a down payment on a car, repair the roof, open a savings account in the credit union for the kids. That is how easy we are making it. Very soon we are going to be leading in finance. I'm telling you, I know what I'm saying. I know what I am saying. So if you want to be part of this growth, viewers, become a member today. Very soon, Real Talk Credit Union will be in San Fernando. Very soon. Very soon. Also, I'm a spiritual consultant, viewers. Those of you who are having problems, you can also call my office or call me at 339-1670 to set up an appointment. So as we start our program tonight, leaders of government business, Committee Robinson Reggie, have stated that a total of 32,940 notice of assessment were issued by the Board of Inland Revenue, BIR, from January 1st to April 2nd. In relation to the collection of residential property tax. Yes, it's on the agenda for you all. She made a comment in response to a question from Kuva South MP Rudinath Indar Singh, who asked, how many other notices would be issued by the BIR? However, Robinson Reggie said she did not have that information with her and promised this question could be answered on a subsequent occasion.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Finance, 32,940 notices of assessment were issued by the Inland Revenue Division for the period January 1st, 2024 to April 2nd, 2024.
Member for Coover South.
Minister, given your acting responsibility on behalf of the Minister of Finance, taking into consideration that the government took a decision for the Board of Inland Revenue to issue notices of assessment up to the 30th of June 2024, could you inform this House how many notices of assessment are still to be issued?
Sir?
Madam Speaker, I do not have that information with me at this time, but if a question is posed, I'm sure either I or the substantive minister would be able to answer.
Now Trinidad and Tobago, you're going to pay a property tax. For some time now, we have been showing you and explaining to you property tax. I've been explaining to you, even video clips played for you, what could happen if you do not pay your property. I didn't sign up to any. I didn't sign up. And I am not going to sign up to pay property tax. I am not. If ministers have property, residential property, are they exempted from property tax? While you, the citizen who are paying tax from A to Z, still have to pay property tax now? No. Summons me to court, I want to know why ministers not paying property tax. I want to know why ministers are not paying property tax. They are ministers. So because they are ministers, they are exempted? Oh, I see. What are they doing for the country? Where is our tax money going? Don't they have residential house? Yes, but they are ministers. I do business. They have to pay property tax just like me. Right now, I'm paying the loan on my house. I'm just saying, I am paying a loan on my house. I am paying tax on everything in my house. I am paying tax even for grease a ball joint. Now, while paying a loan for my house, I have to pay property tax on top of that. And our tax money is giving ministers a luxury life who cannot perform in their portfolio to make sure my life and the security here is number one. No. No, I am not going to do that. I am not going to continue paying property tax here when a minister say, you know what, we're not closing down Petrotrin and 5,000 people went home. So you're going to continue paying property tax? You are going to continue paying property tax while ministries, ONT and WASA? Really? Come on, citizens, open your eye. I read an article recently, WASA is being owed $143 billion by ministry. Who ministries? Government agents. Imagine that. Well, don't talk about the electricity bill. Don't talk about the electricity bills. It's reaching up to the millions of dollars. Government agency owes, but they want to squeeze us with tax and tax and tax. Moving along, Finance Minister Coleman would have stated that he expects to see a better performance from Commissioner of Police, Earl Haywood Christopher, following her second contract extension. Nothing that Police Service Commission rated her last tenure as good. Now, responding to questions, Imbert said he anticipates an improvement tenure because of the experience Hayward Christopher now has. Let's listen to this. We'll talk after.
I expect to see in the second term of the Commissioner of Police better performance because of experience and because of what I'm seeing as unity within the police service. And a very important point made by previous Commissioner of Police Williams. He said that she now has something that other commissioners never had: 3 appointed deputy commissioners of police. And these deputies have different functions. Some will be in administration, some will be in operations. So you now have a commissioner of police and 3 appointed deputy commissioners of police. So I do expect to see an improvement in performance.
So you want to tell me, Imbert, there are people who now have been appointed to her who did nothing in their portfolio. Now you appoint these people who did nothing to somebody who actually did nothing again. So we have a nothing, a nothing, a nothing come together now by a nothing. It's a basket full of nothing. A basket full of nothings together. What do you expect? What do you expect from nothings? Absolutely nothing. Nothing, nothing, nothing. 3 deputy who did nothing, nothing, nothing in their terms, collaborating now with somebody who did nothing in the past year. So what do you get? You get 4 nothings in a basket. Do you expect now performance from 4 nothings? Come on, Trinidad and Tobago. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Only these 4 nothings, I enjoy saying this, you know. These 4 nothings are in position all the time. All the time. The cabinet granted Hayward Christopher a 1-year extension of her contract as COPS last week as her initial tenure expired. Explaining the cabinet decision, Imbert stated that they learned that the POLS, Police Service Commissioner, had reviewed Hayward Christopher's performance for March 2023 and February 2024, completed its assessment and prepared a valuation report. It indicated that when they tallied her scores under various administrative and policing categories, they were good. He said the performance rating range from bad, fair, good, very good, and excellent. What part of her performance was excellent? Hello, listen.
We were told that the Police Service Commission had in fact reviewed the performance of the Commissioner of Police between March of 2023 and February of 2024 and had completed its assessment and had prepared an evaluation report and had indicated that when all the scores are added up for all the various categories, because there are many of them, all sorts of things, procurement, financial management, training, policing, dealing with crime, there's a whole bunch of different things. I would put them into 2 categories, administrative and policing, if I can use the word policing, okay? So policing is dealing with crime, and administration is managing the entity, okay? And so the Police Service Commission assessed Ms. Christopher in all these different categories, a whole host of administrative categories and a whole host of policing categories. And at the end of the day, they told us in writing that she had a performance rating of good. Okay, and the performance ratings range from fair, good, very good, excellent, and obviously bad too. Okay, that's a rating as well. So she did not get a fair rating. She did not get a bad rating. She got a good rating, which meant that her scores in all the various areas, and it's very comprehensive, was good.
Could the Police Service Commission post her good, her very good, her fair, and her excellent, and let Trinidad and Tobago judge her? Could the Police Service Commission do that? Or is it because of a favor granted? I don't know, I'm asking. I'm asking. I am asking. Can the Police Service Commission post her rating? Let Trinidad and Tobago judge her? Because every single crime, every single crime department rose in Trinidad. It rose. Motor vehicle, home invasion, murder, robbery on the street. It rose. So sometimes I ask myself, these statistics that police is be releasing, is it true or false? Is it true or false? Every day the press printing numerous incidents that happen under robbery. Numerous. Every day go by in the news, the TV stations, the radio stations, printed press, is an increase in crime in Trinidad and Tobago. But the Commissioner of Police was excellent in the eye of the Police Service Commission. The same Commissioner of Police who came out and said that all my plans have failed. The Police Service Commission found favor in that. I wonder what does the Police Service Commission have to say now to victims of crime, rape, kidnap, murder, home invasion, or you name it. So haven't seen now the Commissioner of Police got appointed for a second year. Trinidad and Tobago lost confidence in the police commissioner. They lost confidence in Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. So how now, in God's good name, did the Police Service Commission found favor? How? Home invasion on the rise. Murder on the rise. How come? So tonight now I want to ask this big question. Who in the Police Service Commission found favor with Erla? Who in the cabinet found favor with Erla? I want to ask. Because I am a businessman in Trinidad and Tobago. I am in the media in Trinidad and Tobago. I am the Managing Director of REALTALK Security and Intelligence in Trinidad and Tobago. And I am asking a question on behalf of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Who found favor with Erla? When the citizens are crying every single day and night, begging the Minister of National Security to step up your damn game and stop playing nice boy and proper English on television. No, cut the crap. Get down to business. Imagine this commissioner we have now came out and tell us that all her plans fail. All. But the cabinet found favor in that. Police Service Commission found favor with that. Really? So all of this don't see head people? Imagine banditry rampage in Trinidad and Tobago. Under Gary administration, Gary injected fear into them. Gary told you, I am coming after you, and you went after them. But this commission could say that? This commissioner can't say that. She can't say that. Because somebody found favor in her. Who vexed lost in her? Reality is reality. I in the media, I in business, I am a father. And I am talking of what I am seeing happening in our country. Just like 1.4 million people. So it's not about party anymore. It's about survival. It's about your own safety. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago, the burglar proof ain't helping again. It's not. Now they're jumping out, pointing a gun in your face and taking your car while you sit down in the driver's seat. They're coming and knocking on your door, and when you open it, is that I open the door, we shoot you right here. That's how it is now. And the security forces in Trinidad and Tobago, especially Hines, the good Minister of National Security. What are you doing? Let me tell you something, eh? If I was a bandit, and I realize, Hines, you are a waste of time. Earlier, you can't come up with a good idea to catch me. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to commit some more crime, and I'm going to buy more guns, and I'm going to build a little team with my friends and them. Because I don't analyze the ministers wasting time. Well, don't talk for the commissioner. She don't admit all she planned fail. After 18 years being in Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. All fail. Saido bash. Believe me, I will continue bashing until you resign. It's not just going local, it's going international also. Call her good night.
Yeah. Yeah, good night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Huh?
You stick your get it click one time. Now. Explaining the cabinet decision, Imbert stated that they have learned that the Police Service Commission had reviewed Haywood Christopher's performance. It indicated that when they tallied her score under various administrative and policing categories, it was good. It was excellent. It was fair. He added that a new appointment would mean that the Police Service Commission would have to generate an order of merit, list and submit it to President Christine Kangaloo, who then has to notify the Parliament. Imbert said he does not know when the exercise will be completed, as it could be the end of December 2024. Listen to this.
They've told us that in writing, that she got a good rating. There's a question of what happens if you don't extend the Commissioner of Police. If you didn't extend, then you have to go through the process of appointment of another person to be the Commissioner of Police, and then you have to go through a merit list, and it has a notification to the President, it has to come to the Parliament, you have to have a debate, and you make a decision on it. And what has happened in the past, many years ago, is that when there was a vacancy in the Office of Commissioner of Police, what the Police Service Commission did was they picked a Deputy Police Commissioner to act, so that the Police Service Commission began its exercise of recruitment of a new police commissioner by advertising in April. So one does not know when this exercise will be completed, but if one goes on practice and history, you're looking at towards the end of 2024, December 2024.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, now listen to this, eh? This is some importance to you. Even though the Police Service Commission may have given Top Cop Earl Haywood Christopher a good quote, good rating, thereby giving a green light for the one-year extension of her tenure, former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith is alleged exposing an evaluation done 3 years ago, which he claims proves the opposite. It also stated that details of her appraisal will not be made public. I know this would never go public, but he has something to say. However, Griffith stated that 3 years ago, KPMG did an evaluation on several persons, including Erla, which showed that she could not place in the top 15 with 4/15 in work integrity, 3/5 3/15 in role fit 4 and 4.67/15 in media role play. Let's listen to this.
Erla Christopher did not place in the top 15 by international experts. She got 4 out of 15 in management skill, 4 out of 15 in work integrity, 27 out of 50 in the panel interview, 4 out of 15 in the media role fit, and 3 in role fit. She got 52%, 30% less than others. She could not come in the top 15. And that you could tell me that 3 years later, all of a sudden, she drank some gummy juice or something, and she became this bright Erla Christopher. And it is not to criticize or bash Erla Christopher. That is her right to apply. But when she applied with professionals, quality international experts, she could not come in the top 15.
So look at it. Look at there. Trinidad and Tobago. You see? Where Erla? You want to know where Erla is? Look on there. You see the black square box? Look underneath that. The last name underneath you will see Erla. Let's talk now. Call her good night.
Good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Yes. Just calling to say that it's a great disappointment for the Minister of National Security because of the fact that this man could really lie, and could lie upon lie. And to be honest with you, with all the crime that's happening in this country right now, I think he is the man who have things going the way it is going, and he's not preventing anything at all. So when you look at the biggest bandit we had to have the Minister of National Security is the biggest bandit, because he's encouraging this to be going on, what is going on in the country. And it's the Minister of Finance, the way he just put across things, he just put one lie to cover another lie to cover another lie. And that is how them continue to going on there. I just hope that the people in this country eye open and see what is it really going on with them, because everything for them, they always blame somebody else for. Now they in power, they in authority, whosoever make a mistake, and they have to deal with it to fix the situation, to make the country a better place. And they need to take that step up and grow up to be to that area to fix something to be better. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers, Gary stated that Prime Minister then went ahead and got the president to handpick a new service commission who lacked training in law enforcement, which later led to Erla being chosen. Gary.
What did Keith Rowley do? What did he do? He got the president to handpick a new police service commission. This police service commission did not have one person with any training, knowledge, or qualification in law enforcement. They had an accountant, a speaking consultant, an ex-judge. But one thing I've noticed is that this government, they love to select retired judges to do their work. You notice that? So he decided to put a retired judge to be in charge of the police service commission. No training, knowledge, qualification, or experience in law enforcement. So they impose Erla on us because of their ignorance in law enforcement.
We go do. Hanks previously said that having addressed a performance in last year, the police service found that it was good. Let's listen to this.
He knew that the Police Service Commission, which appointed her, and we extended, and now want to consider further extension, they, having assessed her performance in the last year, found that it was good. And with that in mind, we were more emboldened to act in accordance with the law and the public interest expectations. When we looked at their assessment of good, we realized that they would have reached out to several stakeholders, not the least the remainder of the executive, the leadership, or a sample thereof, I don't know, because of the police service, from which favorable ratings came. And I noticed the Police Association belatedly saying that they give full support to the commissioner.
What stakeholder did you all, or did they ask? Businessmen in Trinidad crying out for safety. Definitely not the stakeholders of businessmen. because we're crying out for safety. Lack of lack of legal firearm in our possession. We had to pay extortion money. Imagine that. Businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago have to pay extortion money to have our business running. Is that the kind of performance we getting from the commissioner? Come Heinz, say something. You want to go on TV and talk? What stakeholders did you all go by and say that earlier performance was good? Definitely not the business community in Trinidad and Tobago. Definitely not. Because our sons and daughters are being kidnapped. We as business owners have to pay extortion money to have our business running. We cannot get legal firearm for we to protect our business against bandits. But you talking about stakeholders? What stakeholder is that, Heinz? Why don't you all start calling names? Police Service Association, they may have no choice. They had to save their own skin. So they would say anything. Imagine the police. This, you think them stupid? You think them stupid? They were left with no choice. Imagine. Heinz, imagine this, eh? They had to support a police commissioner who said to Trinidad and Tobago that my plans fail. Now Heinz, which right-thinking businessman would support a police commissioner who is telling me now, as a businessman, my plans fail and I can protect you? Being a businessman, you're on your own. Hey, Heinz, I look good enough. Let us embarrass ourselves on national television. And when I do that on national television, I will expose all to the world. I will expose all to the world. Say, me being a businessman, now I am in the business of finance and investment. I am the president of Realtalk Credit Union. We also have a finance and investment running. I'm a licensed money lender. You think I go in and support a commissioner of police to protect my back when you telling me in my face, Saieed, all my plans fail for police service? Do I look dumb and stupid? If you cannot perform, we will find somebody else who could do it. And I am definitely sure what I said tonight, whole business sector in Trinidad could support them. I am definitely sure about that. Because nobody ain't going to support a failure. There's two things going to happen. Is it that she's favored by somebody? Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead, you're live.
Saturday I had a freak storm in Superior. And electricity went by me about 12 o'clock. We called here and check how much million time. They come Sunday about 12 o'clock and hook back up that current.
12 o'clock?
Yes.
Thank you, my friend. Not easy, not easy, not easy. And we are happy about what is taking place in this country. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to hear what Rowley now have to say on the extended commissioner of police. Yeah, is a reasonable decision. So we hear what he has to say after.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. So a little birdie whispered to me. A little birdie, you know my birds love to whisper. Doodly 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 doo doo doo. Nice, sweet, soft melody. Anybody hear anything about 2 volts that was taken from a rice mill in Trinidad? Anybody have information on that? It's sad, you know. It's sad, it's sad, it's sad. Erla finds nothing wrong with crime in Trinidad and Tobago. Police service, well, they back up her for a second term. Hines, it is not my job to make you feel safe. Well, don't talk for the Prime Minister. He riding plane like car these days. Who cares about the security for the citizens? Who? Recently, I believe in Castleffield, they had to... The villager had to come up and pay for their own security now. Imagine that. Imagine that. Who is being favored? Come now, open your mouth now. Kola, good night.
Good night, Saeed. That's how things go in the country, man. You two are gone, the man gone and meet this rich man to come and build another cricket academy. We don't have Brian Laroon that ain't complete yet.
Correct.
You understand? You're going to meet a thing. But here what's going on, there's a kind of election gimmick, and please don't stray from the situation with the Auditor General. You understand? Don't distract the people. All these other stations, and they're hearing everybody talking about this cricket academy.
No, I'm even talking about cricket academy.
The people and them know we fire truck they have, we firemen they have no equipment.
Correct.
Why don't help you with that first? Them is the thing you should ask help for. You understand? With the situation, especially with the crime, the situation with the fire truck, the situation in the hospital, the doctors don't even have stethoscope. Right? That's a one borrow a stethoscope sometime when you go in the hospital. That's ridiculous. That's what you should ask help for. You understand? This country right down to the ground. And everybody is comfortable with it.
Thank you, my friend.
Take care and all the best.
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, according to the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, is weighing in on the extension of the Commissioner of Police, Earl Haywood Christopher, for another year. The PM said, the Cabinet looked at all available options and made the most reasonable option, which was to extend the Commissioner's tenure. He further revealed that they were initially hoping that during the period when Mrs. Christopher was there, the Commission would have been able to act earlier, but it didn't. How come it didn't? How come it didn't? The Commission didn't act, or was she ordered, or were they ordered not to act? I don't know. I'm asking a question. I am asking. Now this is the same. Allah, listen to this video.
The cabinet would have looked at all the options that are available and would have made the most reasonable option, which was to extend the commissioner's tenure while the service commission go through the, I should say, long and arduous process of finding someone to substantively occupy the post. We were initially hoping that during the period when Mrs. Christopher was there, the commission would have moved to, at some stage, to be able to act earlier. It didn't happen.
How come the police service commissioner or commission made sure it didn't happen? What kept them back from acting? I want to ask that. What kept them back from acting? Because from the time the commissioner of police went on media and said, all my plans failed, the commission, the police service commission, should have realized that this woman is going to let down security in Trinidad and Tobago, and we are going to get the backlash. What are you facing now? Home invasion increase. Last time you have motor vehicle. Murders. Purse snatchers. Kidnapping. Robbery with violence on the streets. Robbery with violence and home invasion. They don't care. They don't. Bandits don't care because they understand the commissioner of police have no way of coming up with solutions to fix crime in Trinidad and Tobago. So what's going to happen? Who's going to rampant? Who's going to narrate? The Bandit Association in Trinidad and Tobago. This now falls back on the Police Service Commission, who has appointed somebody now and give cabinet the approval on someone who has no, I'll say this with a little people, who has no performance, who have no objective into securing Trinidad. I'll say it with a passion. So who gets part of the blame with the rise of crime? The cabinet. Who gets part of the blame when crime raises in Trinidad? The Police Service Commission. It is their job to appoint a police service commissioner who is very active. And I'll tell you something. They never take nobody from the streets, you know. You have to be high up in a rank to be selected as a commissioner. Well, I'll listen to this.
We were unable to achieve any of the targets because the targets were a bit exaggerated. However,
what does that mean?
But if we looked at our previous achievements over the years, we would have seen that these targets were never really met. So it was ambitious, an ambitious target to sort of encourage the officers to really work towards reaching that target. We had set a 20% reduction in murders. We did achieve just about a 5% reduction.
Comparative to previous year.
We would have worked towards a 20% reduction in violent crimes. However, we were not able to achieve a 20% reduction. We had a 15% reduction in serious crime.
What do you think about that? He said these targets were never met in years gone by. Before Ola was Gary, who made sure criminals think twice before committing a crime. In 2023, coming to 2024, criminals, They never thought twice about committing a crime. They just went ahead and did it. They just went ahead and did it. Now there's a part where Ola said, all my plans have failed. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Listeners. The Prime Minister said a day of prayer. Ola say, let's pray. And you know what the criminals and them doing? They're preying on unsuspecting citizens. Let me draw your attention. You see that home invasion and the loss of the CRV in Retrench? What was the attire of the criminals? One of them walking with an umbrella. You notice that? Which evangelist group basically have that attire? They just come in the house on Saturday morning, Sunday morning with an umbrella and a prayer book. You understand? Yeah. So the criminals now are imitating the evangelists. So they're following what Ola say. Ola say P-R-A-Y, but some of them are educated. They're doing the work P-R-E-Y. They're praying on citizens. The other thing I want to bring in, there's a public concern. I was driving on the highway yesterday, going south on the Uriah Butler from Shogunas to the Castle Field overhead. And I was watching the construction of the median. You know where it stopped? It stopped in and abreast on the overpass. That is one portion. The other portion stopped in the right under the Chase Village flyover. So in order for that to work, they had to realign the highway. So more money for the contractor. If they continue in a straight road, you're going to crash into the pylon, or you have to remove everything, that overhead pass that was built under Ramada. That has to be moved for that highway to be in a straight line. Else, people going down the medium, they have to come to a screeching stop, else they're going to damage themselves. So I want you to look at that. I have some videos where it is not nice to send to you. It's a disaster, Rohan, waiting to commit. I'm going to have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. So Trinidad and Tobago, all the listeners say, regarding the good rating ascribed to Hayward Christopher by Police Service Commission on her performance in the past year, Rowley said he did not, I'll say this, he did not do the analysis, and that is not for him to be satisfied. Listen to it.
From the information provided by the Commission, extending the Commissioner for a year is a reasonable decision. And we expect that the Commission will continue to put us in a position when that year would have ended to say that the processes allow us to move to a substantive post after a wide search and someone is appointed where this extension is not required any further. Those are the possibilities, because we put ourselves in these situations by the laws that we have enacted, by the regulations we've enacted, by the authorities that we have distributed. We cannot act outside of the law, the regulation, and the responsibilities. So a lot of the public conversation does not take that into account. They largely emotion. And I would just like to thank Ms. Christopher for the effort that she's made, because I do know that anybody who is there, who has been there, they have become, fair game for the negatives. We might be the only country in the world where the appointment of a commissioner of police gives the country so much trouble. I don't know anywhere else where the appointment of a commissioner of police causes all this manima and rara.
I think the government should remove themselves from the appointment altogether.
The government cannot remove itself from its responsibility. That's the point I was just making. When it's all said and done, the government has the responsibility. The other conversators don't have it.
Are you satisfied in the good grade that was given to the Commissioner of Police by the PSC?
I did not do the analysis, and it is not for me to be satisfied. It is for me to be cognizant of, and for the Cabinet to be informed by.
Trinidad and Tobago, you heard what he said, right? Now, let's go back into the past a little bit. Who scrapped the merit list from before? Who was the high-ranking individual that went in the president's house, in the president's office? I am the high-ranking individual, and that merit list, we're going to scrap that. How many of you remember that? With the last election. How many of you remember that? I've made a mistake. I've made a big mistake by appointing Gary Griffith, the Commissioner of Police. Who said that? Come on. Come on, Trinidad and Tobago. I hope all are satisfied now. Well done, Ola. Well done for 2023. Well done. Trinidad and Tobago, we just forget too fast. When Gary Griffith was instilling fears into criminal elements in Trinidad and Tobago and have the criminal element thinking twice if they commit a crime or not. Ola, all my plans have failed, bandits. All my plans that I, the commissioner, brought to the police service in Trinidad and Tobago has failed. What message did you just send to the Bandit Association in Trinidad and Tobago? What message? What message? I'm waiting. What message? If I am the commissioner of police for Trinidad and Tobago, and I come in a media conference and tell the nation all my plans fail, let me tell you something. Banditry just went amok. They went amok. You telling me, wait. You are the head of Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and you telling me that everything you draft and put it into action fail? Which means, well, then you cannot catch me again. You cannot catch me. Because I go rob. That is what you're telling me. You're telling me as a bandit that your plan working and my plan for Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is failing. So me as a bandit, I'm always ahead. And you as the police, commissioner of police, you don't have a plan to catch me. Is that what you are really telling me? But yet in Trinidad and Tobago, those in high position who have to appoint find it no other way but to appoint that same woman again for a second. So now I'm going to ask her this big question before we close. Are you, as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, have confidence in the Commissioner of Police, Ola Hayward Christopher, who have attained the position of Commissioner of Police for a second term? Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself that question. Are you safe outside your house? No. Are you safe inside your house with your door lock and your burglar proof? The answer is no. That's the reason why I side will always make the statement on national television. Jump my fence. You take God out of your thought and you jump my fence. Let me tell you something. Your grandmother and your mother coming and claiming your body right there. Your grandmother and your mother coming and claiming your body right there. Because when you jump my fence, number one, you didn't call me. Number two, you didn't send a message to me. Number three, you jump a fence without permission. Me, as a businessman, as a licensed moneylender, I will take all precautionary measures and I will defend myself. Gary said 1 shot, 1 kill. Kamala said empty the clip. Empty the matic. And I taking both of them advice. That's where I do it. I have myself to protect, I have business to protect, I have children to protect. And I will go what both of them are saying. It's either one shot, one kill, or I am T-matic. And I am definitely sure every businessman in Trinidad and Tobago will do the same thing. I am definitely sure a policeman who's carrying home a gun or his service weapon want to jump his fence, he will put you down right there. He will put you down right there. Why are you jumping my fence? I didn't give you possession, so I acted accordingly. Have a license firearm? As long as you jump my fence, watch me now. If I have one shot, one kill, you know, I emptying it on you. Don't ask me now. I want no police to come and ask me nothing. 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the day, broad daylight. I did not give you permission to jump my fence. I did not give you permission to enter my property. How the hell you could be inside my property when I didn't give you permission? Oh. Trinidad and Tobago, watch me now. It's easy, you know. It really is easy, you know. So ask yourself what you going to do now. Are you going to let bandits overrun you? Or are you going to act accordingly to defend your property? And I want the police service to understand this. You all have a leader that can bring advice to all. So what do they need to do? What the police service needs to do now, forget the head. The head is lack of performance. The head is no vision. The head cannot guide nobody to nothing because them themselves blind. So I want the police service now of Trinidad and Tobago to start working with the community to protect. Go into the community, talk to them. Because all you need, we need all you. Because, let me tell you something, police taking a bandit now, you know, bandit becomes a target now. That's how bad it is in Trinidad. The bandits taking up the police now. Going into their homes, thieving their vehicle, robbing them broad daylight, in the night also. So the police needs to go into the community now and work with the community people. And I just always say this, police have gun. They have license to kill. One of their motto is to protect. That is one of their motto. To protect. At what? All costs. All costs. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but nevertheless, it always gives me great pleasure to come here every night and talk to you. So until we meet again,